last series. The one thing I would be concerned with them is some younger guys getting off of a tough, close loss, going right into another series. You'd be worried maybe they can't recover. They do have Tommy, and then they also have the fortunate circumstances that Aware is a pretty new team. First event getting back off of a loss as well.
Well, speaking of Aware, let's bring the team into this. Of course, Gefkid been around for a little while. We spoke about him. Benji, Dent, and Johansson have impressed. Only just turned 18. But right now, is this going to be a bit of a mismatch, or do you think they can pull this through?
Yeah, I think it's going to be obviously a mismatch. We talked a little bit about it just a second ago, but you do see the potential with these guys. I think I've been very impressed by all of them on different occasions. Gefkid, obviously known in the European scene for search and destroy play and whatnot. I do think this is a team that they can kind of mature as the year goes on. The issue, and I think actually it's quite interesting, it's like and a team like Fnatic is that, Aware does not have a really experienced leader who's played at the top of Europe.
Yeah, I think that may hurt them in the long run, especially when you come against top teams. Top teams can increase the tempo, they can start changing things up. It becomes harder to adapt when you don't have that experience going forward. But let's switch on to their opponents, who definitely do have a very strong in-game leader. It's Fnatic. Jack, hit me with the info.
They only have the strongest of in-game leaders with Tommy on this squad. You look at the rest of the team, though, Wuskin and Scraps, the duo that have so much to improve upon as a team, and their ability to wind up moving on in these future tournaments. Stat lines in the bottom of your screen, though, a little bit better than that of Aware, but one thing we're watching out for, how do Wuskin, Scraps, and Sunny B do this series? Because Tommy in the last one was lights out.
Dude, Tommy was sick in the last series. He has been playing out of his mind all tournament long. I think he's really kind of lived up to the Fnatic brand. Obviously, Fnatic picks up only the best teams in multiple games. They expect this team to get there eventually. Tommy trying to get them there a little bit faster than they probably expect.
Yeah, I think so. And again, we've said this before in the last game, Tommy just tuning this team as we go forward. But let's have a little look at the key player matchup for this one. It's Sunny B versus Johansson. And from what I understand, these players need to do a little bit better. They're not doing the best on their team. Of course, the overall stats kind of reflect that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Johansson, I'm kind of shocked to see his stats kind of fall in the ranges, because I feel like we've been saying his name quite a lot during the broadcast. Maybe, just not putting up the best overall numbers, but just in the right place at the right time, picking up the situational kills. It's probably what that is, because, he's been having a pretty good tournament. Sunny B, on the other hand, kind of, I feel like middle of the pack and everything. Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much how you describe him. I mean, from what I understand, obviously, I think Johansson has the worst out of anybody we've got left.
Oh, okay.
So, obviously, for him, we'll be keeping a close eye, see if he can really step up this game and go off. Sunny, I actually think he's been having a half-decent game. You see him occasionally make some big kills. We saw we went to the listening, Sunny make a couple of nice two-pieces and really helping his team along. And he's also a great communicator.
It's actually really interesting that this is one of the first events I've ever been a part of where we've seen every single game on stream, which is a cool aspect of this event. While it has been
a lot of games
grueling for admin and probably the people working upstairs in production, it's interesting to be able to, all of us, recall certain moments that have happened because we've all been watching these same games, breaking them down the analyst desk, casting. It's been a unique experience.
It really has. I believe we've gone through close to 30 games now. This is maybe 29, I think, that we've actually watched. It was 29 games over the last 3 days.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
All on stream, all live, broken them all down. That is an incredible number. So this is number 30, I believe, is what we're going to
make up now. Whatever.
Yeah, you could legitimately tell me this is any number of match, and I would believe
Just confirmed. We have. This is number 30. 39 in total, potentially, with the double bracket at the end.
It should go to 39. That would be only fitting.
Yeah.
We should get that 9th extra match.
Yeah, we should. I think so. All right, well, let's start talking about these teams and the way they match up. Fnatic, if they win this one, of course, moving forward again, do they continue going through this bracket? Have they shown enough that we believe that maybe they can start turning this around? They've already suffered a few defeats in the groups, just now in the bracket. How far?
It's a great way to describe that, Brycey. The winner of this match will advance in the bracket. It's a really great knowledge there.
Well, that's why it was a statement.
Yeah, no,
that's why
Fnatic,
I made the
Fnatic,
statement.
I think if they do advance further into this tournament, I think look, they're going to be undermatched.
I understand you're American and you don't get the difference between questions and statements.
That was a good one, right, Jack?
I just love how Brycey dishes this all out, and then once he gets it, he's like,
yeah, he freaks out.
It's not that I can't take it. It's just that he's wrong.
It's Maven syndrome. I get it. No, but I think, look, Fnatic, they're going to be
asleep somewhere and shake my head.
Yeah. They're going to be overmatched, I think, in any match that they go into forward. beyond this. If they do win against Aware, I think you look, I know if they get by them, they're the least experienced team just overall. I mean, you look at Tommy's just big game experience. He has a ton, but the rest of the guys in that roster don't. I feel like they would be overmatched in any series beyond this point.
They win this match, they're in the top 6, right? And I would put Fnatic in the top 6 right now in Europe. Yeah. So it's only fitting in my opinion.
But you heard kind of Tommy when he was talking in his interview prior, like he expected this team to, 3-4 placing he was okay with. I don't know how okay they are with getting 6th at this event. I think they expected to come to land, be a little bit more prepared, and like actually take out one of these top teams. Because I feel like some of the top teams have just kind of like overlooked some of the game modes, maybe to not put enough time in Search and Destroy. So I feel like, with the time that Fnatic put in, I think they probably expected a higher placing than 6th.
Well, unfortunately, they can't get it, X. That's the great thing about the loser bracket. So we're going to see how far they can actually go forward and go on to this one. But again, like I said, that was the question I was getting at is, if they do beat Aware, and we're all pretty much on the same page on this one, I think, who do they drop? Who faces them next? Can they beat either of those two teams?
I mean, you'd be looking at the teams in the winner's side. Yeah. So you're looking at somebody like an Orbit, an Elevate, I mean, maybe
used
3G, maybe.
I think that's who they want.
But obviously, that's who they would want. Yes. But even then, I feel like we're still kind of discrediting 3G, who has played pretty well up until this
3G
point.
3G is nothing to be sniffed at.
Yeah, I mean, they have nothing to kind of... There's nothing from their gameplay that we've seen thus far that would make you think they would lose to Fnatic.
Yeah, and I think that's something we're going to be very interested in, especially now we get to see Fnatic. But here are the maps. So, guys, now the maps are up. Retaliation, Throwback, Precinct, Scorch, and Crusher. Ooh. I'm going to ask you for the predictions. Jack, hit me with it.
3-0 Fnatic.
Another 3-0.
I kind of want to give away our map, but I got to believe it's
okay, Matt, stop talking. We need to throw it.
I got to believe it's going to be a 3-0 in favor of Fnatic. I'm going to keep...
Do you like that, Bryce?
All right, let's throw this game over before these two start anymore. It's going to be Aware versus Fnatic. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Brycey, and the boys on the desk. Always entertaining to have the two guys in there with Brycey. He doesn't like being attacked, does Brycey? Does he? And anytime he is attacked, he just tries to defend it away because he's with him being the host. He can just continue on any of a conversation, which is why it's really annoying. Well, we need to get him at some point. We need to get him off host, and everyone just roast him at some point. But anyway, we'll talk about this game just for a second because it's going to be a good one. Fnatic taking on Aware. Prediction quickly.
I'm saying Fnatic 3-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same. I can't see any other outcome. The way that they played in that last map, that last series, sorry, you would have thought that they could have actually taken that to 5th map, but Elevate played very, very well. Anyway, into this one, on board with Sunny B.
Yeah, and Sunny B here. Let's see what he can do as he does manage to open things up, taking a kill of his own. And man, I've got to say that analyst desk is just a desk full of roasts. It's brilliant. Jack is so funny. I'm a huge fan of Jack.
I'm a real big fan of Mr. X as well.
Oh, well, there we go. So the fanboys.
So yeah, not a fan of Brycey. Yeah. On board with Sunny.
Let's see.
Push around the behind here, and obviously this bridge hard point. It's one of those ones where you can't actually lock it down for a little while if you can get some kills on the board as a Fnatic. We're gonna go for that last single kill there. Sunny B really lighting it up here. 4-on-1 from him. 3 streak in total.
Yeah, I do feel that Sunny B is kind of the unsung hero of Fnatic. I mean, we saw him in the previous series. Despite them dropping into this lower bracket, he was the player that was picking up the important kills there, and he clutched up twice in the Search and Destroy to take it to a 4th round.
I'm going to stay on board with him just while he's on this streak as he gets absolutely wiped out very, very quickly. And we can see towards lower streak, it is going to be Aware in control of that one. They've got them pushed out as well, and GefKid's in a nice spot. If you can get somebody up on Plateau in Hotel, then he can really sit up there and defend these stairs fairly well to Courtyard. Hansen gets a kill out of Tommy, and really want to keep an eye out on Denza on that Aware squad, who have taken a slight lead here. Well, I mean, we can see so many times on this map, every single time we watch it, that it's such a rotational dependent map. We can see Aware are already pushing and getting that Cathedral spawn. Fnatic are pushing in there. They are going to get control of lower street. We did see Tommy try to push through. For me, just there before he dies, he needs to get a hold of the hill.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite evident. Aware seem to have this habit of going ahead very early on in the hard point and then slipping up. We saw it against 3G, and it looks like we're going to see it again here as we see Fnatic making the big push now. Sunny B in control of the hard point area. And if we see what's going on with Wuskins here, is the newest addition to competitive Call of Duty esports in this lineup. And he's been holding his own. He did have a couple of rusty games previously, and we are seeing him dropping 2 and 6 at the moment, but he has been hanging with the big boys.
Oh yeah, he's been playing well over the weekend, I would say, and maybe didn't have a good game previously, not having a fantastic game, that 2 and 6, but at the same time, they're going to try and push in here, just try and pinch it away. Aware played this well so far. Scrap's going to get a kill. All the kills mostly going over towards West. Scrap's going to get the second. He's going to break that. The rest of his team spawning there or thereabouts as well, so they're going to be able to come in, but Aware are going to have one more go at this one.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to push. There's still plenty of time left on that clock. 20 seconds, still worth another chance, but they're going to have to give it up soon and go for the rotation.
Hansen's just getting a big kill towards Broken, and that's going to spawn them there. If he died there, I'm not 100% sure. Actually, no, they still would have spawned there because of Cathedral Hardpoint being the one that we're focusing on. But Hansen getting that kill towards the back is important, because if he actually had managed to let that other guy pass through, Broken might have been a little bit harder to get a hold of, but pretty close game as we go into this next half point.
The guys on the analyst desk were saying Johansson was kind of the lowest, well, statistically, he was the worst performing player still remaining in this tournament, but he seems to be pulling out all the stops here, almost double positive in the slaying department.
Oh, GefKid doing really well to pick up that 2, though. Scraps and Sunny B do go down as GefKid going to pick the 3rd as well. Missed a couple of bullets there. Tommy going to get a hold of that. And is he going to get a 2nd as well? Of course he is. Tommy having a very good tournament so far. And I think I want to touch again on what they said on the desk about where we wanted where they would have probably wanted to place. I think top 8 or top 6, sorry, as if it's looking that way, that's the way they're going to go, as Tommy nearly gets all of his streaks available. I think top 6 will be good enough for them. I was speaking to Tommy before this game. Now this is unconfirmed, so I just don't want to touch on it too much, as he does pick up a 6th kill of this life with a bombardment. But if they beat Aware here now, then they will be in the place, as well as 3G, to go into the pool play at Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much on the line here in terms of pro points. That's the real prize. Even by attending this event, you do guarantee some for your team. But the further you can go, I mean, first place are taking away 5,000 pro points per player, and they're going to have themselves set up for the rest of the Call of Duty the season. $25,000 on the line here as well. So a very, very important start to the year.
Yep, Fnatic getting a lead on the board there now. They are holding down Hotel Corridor. I'm going to go with Scraps inside that point now, and they're just being kept out by everybody else. Actually, let's go on board with Wuskin. He is actually towards Plat. He's got a couple of different areas to watch. Does go down. Suddenly it's only Sunny B left all alone. He goes down 2, so we're going to get the final 20 on that one, possibly. Tommy, surely he's not going to actually manage to kill Benji there. Does go down. And we can see they are spawning pretty far out. But as we move on to bridge, it is actually going to be Fnatic set up fairly well for this. I say that, though. 3 kills going to come in. Dead's get a nice one on Sunny B towards the end there as well. Another one on the Scrap. So he's trying to swap these spawns around. Let's go on board with Sunny. He has done. And it is going to be Aware first ones there. And this is a fairly close game here, Al.
Yeah, I'm loving this, really. I mean, we kind of said Aware usually get the good start on hardpoint and then slip up, but he seems to be finding the way right back into this.
It's a massive kill for Benji.
Oh, and that is very nice. Bombardment from Tommy shuts down 2. That's going to give them greater map control. Wuskin cleaning up as well. GefKid's going to have to go big for Aware.
It was a big kill that he just got into Benji there. Not going to happen for GefKid, and I think it was the Trinity rocket that Tommy actually called in. See what else he does have. He's still got that bombardment available.
Well, bombardment.
Scorcher's available also. Caused so many problems on this map. It's really great for clearing out Cathedral. So the thing is, what we'll see on this next lower street hardpoint is Tommy picks up 2, not missing any bullets with the 7v4 currently. What we will see on this next lower street, we'll see that Fnatic are going to battle for every single point, because they know they have the tools to potentially break through and get a hold of Cathedral. We do know Benji does also have those tools. So both these teams are going to battle for every single point here.
All right, well, as they duke it out and try and fight each other, we do see Rewind come into play. And not going to matter all that much as we see Fnatic still in control of this game. Aware Gaming have found the way onto the hardpoint area, but it is Fnatic that seem to be excelling with these kills at the moment.
Sunny should pick up this one from bedroom. Not going to pick up the second. Tommy coming downstairs, though, not in the best position to try and claim this back. Needs his teammate to be coming through bedroom or from Plat to try and really break this through. There's still 30 seconds left on it, and he's trying to push through now.
This is a really, really close game. Aware Gaming just fighting so hard. I mean, we'd heard listening previously from both of these teams, and the very fast communicators and very passionate mid-game. They're not one of these that kind of play silently. if we stay on board with Sunny B of Fnatic.
Yeah, Scraps should pick up those final kills there. Wuskin's going to get a kill. Scraps going to actually get taken down, so these are the kills that Fnatic need to be making. Sunny B makes a nice one on the Denza. Here comes the Trinity Rocket. They're going to try and clear them out. Benji only actually getting Wuskins as well. And we're going to get a hold of that point. Now, Tommy, I'm going to go on board with him, actually, because is he going to think about calling in them streaks? Doesn't seem so right now. Sunny B and Co are waiting on the in-game leader, pushing forward with him here. On board with Scraps, taking their time. Here they come, the bombardment comes in. That's going to take down Denza. It's going to take it down anybody else. Tommy pushes through, only one. For Fnatic there, Wuskins gets taken down as well, so this is not fantastic by them. Is Tommy going to get turned on here? Gefkid just about dies. And not a good push from Fnatic as Aware about to take the lead.
Wow, and Aware find themselves in control. And, you know, Fnatic have got to make a tough decision here with 20 seconds left on the clock. They've probably got time for one more push on this area, but it's really not going to help them on the rotation. Some big kills being made either side here, but it is Aware that start to run away with this.
Yeah, Aware have held that down the whole time there. And this is going to have to be a big hard point from Fnatic. There's 7 seconds left on it. Let's have a look. It does seem as if Aware are pushing down Lower Street side. As we're on board with Denza as he pushes through the docks. He's going to get it behind as well. No, he's not going to get that kill. Scraps him. It's a very important one. Gefkid does have that scar available and also Rewind, so that'll help him out too. Look in the rest of his team, they are pushing up. You can see, actually, I think it's Sunny B and Wuskin are just lingering around Hotel to try and cause problems. Not really going to be able to do anything with Hansen. No, he's going to pick up his bombardment as well. I think he's actually had that for quite a while. Wuskin going to take him down from behind, though. Inside the hard point, though, it's all going down. Wuskin gets a second. Sunny B's going to have to come and try and help his teammates who have actually went down inside that hard point. Aware, only 30 points away from taking this game, Rel.
Oh, nervy times.
That's a great kill.
Very, very nervy times between these guys. Sunny B going right round the back, going for the wraparound. Scraps takes one down as well, and Fnatic find their way in the hard point now. They should be able to secure the remaining 15 points here, which will just about bring it level. But again, with this being so neck and neck, it's all going to come down to this next hardpoint area. And you can see that Aware of just giving up that scrap time. They are purely focused on getting a good setup here.
It's a really tight game as we go into potentially the last hardpoint here. Trophy system going to really work out for Wuskin. He goes down. Gefkid is there. He does have Rewind, but the kills are going to come in. They're going to be Awares. Tommy going to come around behind. Is going to pick up any more than that? No, he isn't. Denza takes him down. The spawns are not favorable for Fnatic either. Aware only going to be around 10 points away, Rel.
Oh, this is massive. Denza's popped the camo as well, which is just going to be
somebody else has popped camo.
Camo v camo. Aware almost there now, just 5 points away. Can Fnatic find a way in? It's going to all come down to Sunny B.
No,
no, he's not going to do it. And Aware have managed to take the first map against Fnatic. And I don't think that was in anybody's prediction. So Aware really, really making a mark here, proving some of the doubters wrong, including myself. I thought Fnatic would have had that.
Let's have a look towards the leaderboard in a second, but there's some interesting reading on that. And for me, right, we talked about this Fnatic team looking good, etc. And they go into a game like that against Aware. It's one that they surely have to win. Scoreboard, as said, coming up. Scraps, not good enough. Sunny B, not good enough. They do hold that time in the point, but you look on the other side of the things, every single one of Aware putting their time in the point and putting the kills in when they need to. For me as well, I'm not going to put the blame solely on Sunny B and Scraps from that one. I think Tommy's score streaks were probably not used very effectively towards Cathedral. They saved them for that, and for whatever reason, they didn't work as well as anticipated in that one. For me, I think they've got to look at that map and think that was the one they definitely could have won. Going the second map, though, they've got 4 more maps to get 3 of them.
Yeah.
S&D coming up. You know, Aware are a good S&D team, man. I know you have to be good at every game mode here. But Aware are known for their S&D. Fair play, they've had a couple of hard games so far, but that's going to be a dejected Fnatic team. Tommy not looking very happy. Need to keep calm and collected here.
Yeah, and you can just kind of see the frustration there. So much pressure that's mounted on them to actually take this series and advance further. It would be a bit of an upset if they were to bow out of the tournament at this stage. And, you know, we're going to have to see an improved performance from them. It is, of course, only the first map in a best-of-5 series. But, you know, fair play to Aware. They had a great game. We saw them when they played against 3G on their hardpoint game. They were maybe like 100-5 at one point. They were so far ahead, and they completely choked and let it slip. But they are capable of building up some massive points on hardpoint.
I don't think for a fact that Fnatic are going to lose this series just like this. They're not going to lose 3-0. I think the uplink will be much more in Fnatic's favour. This S&D is going to be important, but Aware have showed, as you said, they can hang on the hard point. So this is not necessarily a must-win from Fnatic, and this one obviously they would prefer to, but I think the uplink they should definitely take. So let's see how they play this one, though. Let's see if they can take this S&D. But Aware, yeah, I mean, fair play to them. Played very, very well. I don't want to place the blame solely on Fnatic playing badly, but realistically, you look at these two teams on paper, Fnatic should not be losing maps like that to Aware.
No, and I mean, one thing I would say when it does come to the uplink game we saw between Aware and 3G was incredible before. Aware have a strong uplink game, and Fnatic really need to be careful now.
I think it'll be strong, but I think Fnatic will shine through on that uplink against Aware.
I think it's very, very important that Fnatic take this search and destroy, or they could be in big, big trouble in the series. I mean, you can just see the maps now. 250 to 223 was the scoreline as Aware managed to take it on that first map. We are going on to throwback, search and destroy now. I've seen Wuskin play this map for Fnatic positions on the map.
It's what you have to do, though.
It's the type, you know, when he plays Search and Destroy, the type of places that he takes are just the ones that if you got killed from, you'd be so frustrated. You can see the rigs there on the screen and fairly standard stuff, but a Centurion actually coming out as well.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. I think it's when you get towards it, you can throw it down on one side of the bridge, and it's hard for the enemy team to get rid of to really help them push in there. But Wuskin, you said he's going to play at those passive positions. He is going to make that first kill on the Benji. Scraps pushes through, takes down Johansson as well. So straight away, 4 versus 2 in favour of Fnatic.
And Sunny just vaulting up and down. Bomb has been planted. Very, very quick push here. And this has surely got to be around to them. They've got good control of this area. Muskin's going to make that call out as well. He knows which way both of the enemy are pushing. And that's 1 down, and that is 2. First round to Fnatic.
I think that just really started with that Wuskin opening kill. That's going to set up Fnatic really well. Because when he pushes in there, makes that kill, that's their main pusher from Aware, who's getting there to try and disrupt Fnatic from taking that round and taking that bomb site. As soon as he goes down, then that's a really good opportunity for Fnatic to get a hold of that bomb site, get the bomb down, and it's always going to be hard from there. Anyway, moving on to this next round, I'm going to go on board with Denza because he's really impressed me. He played very, very well in that game, making a good couple of kills. But it was Benji more than anything who got those streaks, which really did help his team push towards it. But there you go, the kill's going to come in. Scraps is going to get the majority of them, though. GefKid did trade Tommy away. So 3 versus 2. Scraps get another. Is he going to be able to get the ACN? Not quite. He does go down. 1 versus 1. Was going to avenge his brother here. He's on a 2-kill streak currently as well, so he'd be close to getting towards his scare if he can get a kill and the defuse, or one or the other.
Yeah, let's see how he's going to play this out. Still a minute left on the clock, so plenty of time to play with for the aggressors, but both players taking this so slow. Neither of them want to slip up at this point. Aware do have a great advantage going into this best of 5 with 1 map already under the belt, and Wuskin is just sitting back. I mean, this is what I talked about. He is just such a slow, passive player. It's not a bad thing. We say that you do what you've got to do to actually take the win. And he's just going to sit there for the duration. The bomb is going to be planted, and he's got to take action now. And straight away, and I love that. I love that play. He made the connection. Is he just going to go straight for the defuse? That's unlikely. Flechette goes out.
Wuskin seeing where that came from.
He's hungry for this kill. He's definitely not just going to go straight for the defuse. And it's got to be frustrating. I mean, I love that tactical grenade that connected.
They're not going to run into each other. They are. Is it going to be Wuskin who gets it? Yes, it is. And he has more than enough time to defuse. And I think Benji a little bit too keen to check that bomb around 20 seconds. You want to be leaving it at least another 5.
Big plays from Wuskin here. 3-0 now with that clutch defuse. Taking Fnatic 2-0 up on this search and destroy, and what I consider really a must-win map for Fnatic. I think if they drop this, I just cannot see them winning 3 on the bounce the way that Aware played that hard point.
I think the uplink could be a catalyst for them pushing on here, but I mean, it's all hypothetical, I suppose, isn't it? But I'm always Scraps. His brother, let's see how close he is, 25 points away from getting a hold of that Scarab, which would be good for his team. Just chokes that shot a little bit there. And he's caught in the middle of no man's land. If he can push up in a restaurant and get control, that would be fantastic. Is that bomb going down from Sunny B? Yes, it is. Gonna go with Wuskin again.
Here we go. Wuskin just hanging fire. He has been spotted though as Benji makes the pick.
It's a really big kill.
Numbers go towards Aware.
He's in a good position to shut anything down, but Benji Push through mid. Made that kill. Scraps is going to get an engagement as well here in a second as Sonny B does actually go down. Oh, he needs to be careful not to shoot somebody to his left-hand side as well, and that's now going to be 2-1. Aware getting around on the board. Somebody already on the bomb, not quite. Denza is going to defuse that now on a 2-streak himself as well. So he's going to not be too far off that Scarab also.
Yeah, massive plays there from Fnatic. Just couldn't hold Aware off long enough to let that bomb timer run out, and they are going to hang into this game. You know, we always say this about Aware. Aware are one of those teams that can really surprise you, and would not surprise me to see them fight their way right back into this and potentially take the lead. Fnatic, I still do feel have the edge. Even going into the next hardpoint game, I would predict them to come out on top, but we will just have to see how it all pans out.
Gifkid, on board with him, does have the bomb in hand. Kills traded away. Now 3 versus 3. Is he thinking to push towards B, I should say, sorry.
Well, here we go, and he's just going to get some cover over there. He sees his teammates moving forward, and he's gonna follow suit. So it looks like this is where the bomb plant is going to be taking place.
Oh my god, they just jumped over the top of Tommy. They jumped over the top of him. That's unbelievable. Sonny B
Good timing.
and Scraps aren't going to have a clue.
And here we go. We see the engagement now. Tommy does manage to find Benji. Sonny takes out Gefkid. 1 versus 3. Let's see if Johansson can pull this off.
On board with Johansson.
And 1. And this would be huge for Aware. Surely not. No. And there we go. He does go down. 3-1 now in round count on this Search and Destroy. If you are just joining us, you have just missed a thrilling hardpoint game. Fnatic did go down to Aware by narrow margins. All came down to the final hardpoint.
Click here to close this page.
Well, let's have a look at the scoreboard as we move into round number 5. Kills obviously in favour to Fnatic, not by very much though. They've clutched it up in a couple of rounds. It's going to be taken down 1. That's going to be Sonny B going down. Came all the way through bowling as well, so that's really going to create problems for Fnatic. Tommy does pick up a kill on the Benji, which is going to be important though. They rotate around just like they need to. Wuskit does go down to Gefkid after taking down Denza. Gefkid getting aggressive. He's surely going to get pinched in here as well. There's nothing Gefkid can do at this moment in time. 4-1 is the score to Fnatic. And that was a good round by them.
There was no way that he was going to be able to produce anything from that with 14 seconds left on the clock. It's quite evident as well with Fnatic. When they push A, they push A hard. You know, there is absolutely no hesitation about it. They literally just throw the grenades out and jump straight on. Sonny B seems to be the dedicated bomb carrier for the team. And we will probably see that on their next attack unless they try something sneaky and go for the alternate bomb site.
Well, let's go on the attacking team, and it seems as if they are. And Fnatic have read it perfectly. Look at that mini-map. Fnatic have head in towards B. And we can see 2 of them actually coming over to help as well. And I think if you're Aware, you get the hell out of there.
Well, they're doing just that.
It's so hard to attack if they've got that many people there. If they've got 1, then you can maybe take 1 of them down and push on through. But
I mean, Fnatic are going to read this so easily now. They can say after engaging with them across B, things just kind of disappeared. So they know that the rotation has gone down to A. And here we go, an engagement on the other side of the map.
Denza needs to try and stay alive. Was he thinking about planting that? Doesn't matter, it does get taken down either way. The kills are going to come in. Certainly, Benji is left all alone. Oh, he gets 2 kills though.
Reactive armor as well.
Oh, is he going to think about popping it, or is he saving it? Probably right saving it. I think in a 1 versus 2 situation there where they both know where you are, it's always going to be hard. It only takes an extra 4 bullets or so.
Well, yeah, and he had the opportunity.
I don't think Wuskin could have missed any more bullets.
They need to be very careful.
Exact same thing Aware did last time, which was push B, but this time they've actually managed to get
very nice
through towards Silo, and that bomb will go down. Who's not around the back there with the Scarab? Just patrolling with that, should be able to pick up 1. Not going to quite happen.
Denied by that blast shield. Here we go with Sonny B just peering over. Someone's got to make a move here. Denza goes in.
Scraps. He's only going to pick up 1. Denza does take him down, so realistically, probably could have done better. That's unfortunate from Scrapsy, but in that situation with that active camo, I think you've got to do a little better. It was really nice reactions from Aware to notice as soon as he was shooting. It was Denza who took him down on a 3-streak, has his own active camo, so good round by Aware, but that should have been Fnatic's round.
I don't think he was expecting 2 people to be there.
Well, I think that was the thing, though. He pushed around and he thought there's more than 1 here because they'd already seen them with the Scarab.
Right.
So he's trying to push round. And yeah, I think he probably could have played that a little bit better. It's easy to be hypocritical, I suppose, sitting here. But still, around that. Probably should have been Fnatic's after they got bombed down a B that they do not pick up. And Fnatic have really pushed aggressive onto that A bomb site. They have to be careful not to be caught because Aware have not pushed forward themselves.
Yeah, let's get on board with someone who's in the mix, I suppose. As we're seeing, a lot of players sat right back. They're going to have to commit to it, and this delayed push to A now has completely thrown Fnatic off guard. They assumed that a rotation had gone down to B. They are going to come into an engagement here, and they're all dancing around each other. Johansen's found one. Kill exchange. Bomb has been planted now, so pressure on Fnatic.
Yeah, and they're going to know where they're coming from as well. The kill's going to come in the mid from GevKid. Surely he's going to be able to get the second as well. Not quite. Wuskin does take down Denza. More shots going to come in though. Wuskin just about going to survive it, but suddenly he's last man alive. That's it. A couple of rounds in a row going to come in here for a wet. Benji and GevKid got this work to do, but oh, I say that. He's not far off it.
Maybe.
Is he going to think about the defuse? I think it's going to be hard to win against GevKid.
Oh my God.
How close is he going to be able to get that? GevKid just going to get that. I don't think his scraps would have been very far off.
No, he would have been very close at that point. And that is another round for Aware on the bounce, and they just need to keep this up now. They're going to be building up some score streaks, going to be building up those payloads as well. So this could be dangerous for Fnatic. They really could let this slip. Be a massive comeback for BioWare if they do take this search and destroy.
Huge comeback, and I think that would be the nail on the coffin. And we can see Wuskin eventually he is using that overdrive. He's going to push through train platform and see a lot of them, and it's not going to work out in his favor, but he has pushed them back, so it is actually going to allow Fnatic to gain control of that bomb site in a very advanced position. GevKid's going to push through mid-map. Wuskin is going to take him down after Tommy did go down. They're getting aggressive towards Aware, and that's 3 men actually going down for Aware. Denza is last alive to keep Aware's hopes in this map.
Oh, and he's got a clutch up here. This is going to be very, very difficult for him. Quite unfortunate, actually, to not get a pick there. Here we go. He's got to go for this challenge, and he's just missing them. We can see with the X-ray vision. Oh, and this is so unfortunate for him. He's played it quite well. How many bullets does he have to connect with? And that time is just going to work against him now. He's not going to be able to bring this back, and that is going to be it. Fnatic bring themselves back into the series and tie things up 1-1.
Wuskin had a much better game there, 14-5 out of him. It's a good S&D play, 6-3 to Fnatic. They nearly let that slip there, but looking fairly comfortable for the most part in that S&D. Moving into Uplink now.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this, because I really don't think we can write Aware off when it comes to Uplink after what we saw before. Sure, they did bow out, but those guys are pretty good at it. They've got some skills.
Some skills?
They certainly have. We can see Fnatic on the screen there, who a little bit of reassurance that they've managed to take a map, but I think it's come as a bit of a shock to them, a shock to the system that they're actually 1 map down in this series.
Looking at the scoreboard, Benji having a half-decent game as well for Aware. Probably the catalyst for that comeback, but our player to highlight at the beginning of the game, Johansen dropping 2 and 8 for his team. He'll be disappointed with that. Is Benji on your screen?
It was the 14-5 by Wuskin, so that was the standout performance there. And as we say, he's been getting a little bit of flack off his other games, not putting up performances to match the other players on his team. But it's always great to see someone then almost redeem themselves by putting up a performance like that. I
think he's been inconsistent.
Yeah.
I don't think he's necessarily played bad. Some games we'll see him play very good, and then others we'll see him make poor decisions or not have a great game, but, you know, he's still learning. And I think Tommy, if he sees something in him and he knows that the connection between him and his brother will be there, it's probably worth trying to work on it at this moment in time.
Well, team talks going down either side of the booth there. It does seem that, Johansen is almost silenced by that search and destroy defeat.
I don't think they should be too despondent. I mean, realistically, they wouldn't. They should know themselves they probably weren't expected to take map number 1, and that they take that gives them some hope in this series. Okay, yeah, you didn't take the S&D. You possibly could have. You were coming back into it, but you know that you have Fnatic a little bit rattled here, and they could definitely do something in this series away, especially after those first 2 maps.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, how is he not really warm? I'm just going to put it out there. Booths are never cold.
No.
Never, ever.
And, they're definitely not. And there's also no sun above us, so...
I know that. He is not... I mean, admittedly, it's not really that warm in London right now either. It's somewhat cold, actually. Newcastle felt a bit tropical compared to London the other day. It was a little bit chilly.
Maybe it's just the way he plays. Maybe he plays that way at home. It's like
What were these?
with,
on.
yeah. Well, you remember Black, who went for the old Spider-Man positioning when he was playing.
The old
Maybe
what?
Well, when Black was playing, Ellis, he used to...
Yeah, I know who you mean, but what do you mean by the Spider-Man position?
Oh, he was just kind of like spread out. I don't know.
I don't want to know what you and your girlfriend do in the bedroom.
Anyway, onto this game. It is going to be Uplink on Precinct. And, yeah, we've been saying Aware can bring a good game to Uplink here, but Fnatic coming hot off a victory on that Search and Destroy. And they're going to want to continue that forward. As we say, Fnatic, such a prestigious organisation. Not to take anything away from Aware, who have been involved in Call of Duty esports for so long. But
I think your brother's represented them, hasn't he?
he has. And
That says it all.
no doubt he was shortly released after competing for them.
Yeah, well.
Kind of goes without saying sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that was to be expected anyway. Jumping into this game. A couple of kills going to come in between two teams. Just going to try and fight the control in the middle of the map. How many bullets is Denzel going to put into him there? I think he must have traded between him and Sunny B. But it does seem as if Fnatic have control of that drone, if only momentarily.
Absolutely. With the uplink drone kind of out in the open now, it does get collected by GefKid.
Whoa, what is this overextension here from Fnatic? Not in the best of positions, but it is actually going to be Tommy who's picking up a really nice position. Is Johansson going to be there to pick up that drone? No, it isn't, as Tommy takes down 3 members of Aware. I think the thing is there, Tommy did overextend, but it's worked out quite nicely in his favour. You know, dropping back into that mid-corridor area where he can really do something for his team, especially with the way that Aware had pushed. It worked out quite nicely.
Yeah, answers right back though. And as we can see here, still 0-0 on the scoreboard. 1 minute of gameplay gone. And it does seem to be Aware that have made the convincing pushes thus far, but we are seeing a little bit more control by Fnatic. The uplink drone goes in the hands of GefKid once more, going for a sneaky push.
It's hard for him to push here. I think he should just probably reset that drone, because if he actually loses it here, it's not great. Okay, that's brave, because they now need to clear Fnatic out here. They should just get rid of that drone. They need to reset it away, I think. Although saying that, if they reset it into mid-map, Fnatic are there to pick it up, and they could wrap that round back through mid-map there. So probably the sensible decision in the end. Benji does take down 2 though. It's Tommy and Sunny B. Johnson not going to quite get the third, but Johansson's going to help him out there. Benji does get the third and gets his drone in his hand as well. He should be able to meet members of Fnatic here. And Aware not quick enough to get there. They are in tickets though, and this is where they want to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's a great kill on the Tommy.
Push, and that is going to be 2 points for Aware. They strike first with the carry capture and get themselves in a great position. I said, don't write off Aware. They bring a good uplink game.
Yeah, and they have done so far. I think obviously they're on the what you would call the preferred side. If they can get that in tickets, it's very hard for Fnatic to do anything about it, apart from just flood tickets. And this moment of time, on board with Johansson, he's trying to be their lead blocker, if you like. Tommy and Wiskin not shutting that down. Benji made a really nice play to help that drone be put in there for Aware last time round, but that is momentarily 4 down. Scrap's going to push forward. He's going to be the lead guy. Sunny B, 1-5 from him. We need to see more, but currently there's only 2.5 minutes gone in the game. Wiskins does go down to Johansson. That 1 is not going to happen because Johansson got 3 as well. So both these teams going toe-to-toe here.
Yeah,
back and forth.
Johansson has really stepped up his game in this series. As we said, the guys on the desk before were saying he's statistically been the worst player remaining in this.
He didn't have a great S&D, but he played well in the first one.
Well, well, this is it exactly. So it's a real change of character, I suppose, as he's approaching tough competition now. I mean, this really is do or die for both of these teams in this double elimination bracket. This is the lower side of it, and whoever loses this series will be eliminated from the tournament.
Oh, and Aware's going to be able to push in there and get another one. GefKid, their lead block at 10-5. Look at that from Denzel, though. Great kill on the Scraps, taking him down. And GefKid's in a position where they can potentially relay this if they can get control of mid-map. But still on board with GefKid, holding down ticket side. The kills are not going to quite come in, but being alive here does just as much as making the kills as Benji. Should be able to go for a 1 and get a hold of that one very, very easily. Wiskin picking up another 2 kills, though. Is this going to be the time for Fnatic to push and counter this one? Denzo does get 1. Bomb. Sorry, the drone has been reset. Tommy pushes this one through. He's going to cover behind, smartly so. Does take down Benji.
He does, and Tommy here just moving around the middle map area. Wuskin does have that uplink drone in hand. He's making the push. He's going to try and get it in. Aware trying to clear it, and they managed to get rid of it once more. The uplink drone has reset to that central position. 5-0 the scoreline now, and Aware just looking dominant on this uplink.
Well, on board with Benji, defending well, and as he said, I mean, I honestly thought that Fnatic would win this map. I mean, they still could. They really still could, but this moment in time, though, Aware looking fairly good. And let's see if they can continue that on board with the Wuskin. Going to push this in. This could be a 2-pointer.
It certainly could, and that is finally...
It seemed a little bit easy, that.
Yeah, we're finally seeing something from Fnatic there, because that has pretty much been...
3 though on the defense.
Yeah, that's pretty much been their only good opportunity to secure points, which they managed to do so. But aside from that, it really has just been all Aware this game.
Going to use that Scarab as their lead blocker, if you like. Not going to pick up the kill, but 3 kills have been picked up. Johansson going to push on through, not too far away from his payload either. And there's another 2 for Aware. They are really controlling tickets. And could this be their ticket into the next round? Who knows? 7-2 is now the score.
Wow.
Aware Gaming with a really good half.
7-2, and 2 points secured in the final 5 seconds of that side as well. And that's going to be so disheartening for Fnatic now, who are looking like they are likely to be dropping down 2-1 in this best of 5 series. We're just going to have to see a little bit more from them in terms of performances. Again, there's been no real standout player for Fnatic that's been carrying them at all. If we just get that scoreboard off the screen, we can have a look and see how the game's going to pan out here. We'll start off with Scraps now and see what he can do, just biding his time before he makes this push in. Manages to find one, can't quite find the second, and does go down.
Yeah, kills coming across there, just trying to sort out the kill caster. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. And this is definitely within reach for Fnatic. They can do exactly what Aware did to them, push through tickets, but can they do it as effectively?
Let's see what is going to go on. And I want to see what's going on with the Aware team. We're going to start spectating and casting over them only, because we are going to go for a listen in and see what the comms are like.
Go, come on! Roll P3, P5. Go construction, flank him, flank him.
Yeah, I'm flanking. Stay up in there. Stay up in there.
Top P5, Tommy. Just behind him, just behind him.
It's 2 behind statue. They're going statue.
Right.
All, two, one more. Nice!
You guys,
one more.
Nice!
Lasso's here, L. There! Jim and passing, get it too.
Yeah,
I'll get re.
Let's fucking go, come on!
2 on point.
There, 2! Oh my god.
Off the ball. Here, Johnson.
Yeah. Pass it. I'll pass it up.
Yeah, pass.
Are we? Sun is a re.
We need to go back. Now, let's go.
Sun is a re.
Jones, we need to double team him quick. Go one! Let's go, one more. Ball is weak. He's weak. One more in ball.
I'm flanking him.
Weak, Jim.
2. Fuck.
Just pre-em. Nice, bitch. One more. To your left.
Behind him. He's going to ball. I think he's going to statue.
Yep, I'm flanking.
Yeah, statue.
See that?
Nice!
Proceed. Windows dead. Proceed. Nice. Last one here. He rewinded.
Three up. Yeah, 3 up.
One more. P5. Good scarab.
He's weak.
P5 weak. Left side. Tommy, high. One run.
In L, push it. Nice!
You're right. In L. Behind you, Jeff.
Statue.
Oh my god, come on. Oh, that's
he's
fine.
He's pushing stairs.
Behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead! I needed you, Johnson. I got two! Let's go! My bad.
Nothing in flank.
Michael gas.
Michael T.
They're going T.
Statue motion to get him.
Yes. Free him.
Got one.
Get the ball out.
Miss.
Come construction.
Yeah.
I cannot. I have a...
Wow. There we go, Tony. And Aware going crazy on them comms, and rightly so. Those guys are going huge in this game. And they just managed to relay it. They just managed to keep securing double point captures.
Yeah, really doing well there. Pushing on through. And just making those double... I mean, it was the relay that really caused the damage. And surely this is now Aware's map to lose. Well, so saying that, somebody's going to be able to push through in that. He's going to go in. Wuskin picks up the 1, but they need more than that. And I really have not been impressed. We've seen Fnatic play against Infused on this map yesterday. And they actually, even though they lost, they played it really, really well. They managed to keep all the pressure in, but here comes another point. Actually, surely it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And he should be able to pick up the kill. Scraps does eventually clean that up. And I mean, the rest of this map should surely be a formality at this point. But you know, we've seen Fnatic put in the pressure so much, but weren't able to quite just capture any points towards the end. And now they haven't even had that pressure. So it's been really, really hard for them to be able to do it. He just go himself there, look that way. But another point is actually only go in here. So 9 points, obviously, I mean, they had 5 captures.
Yeah, and Fnatic, they're doing all they can. Technically speaking, there is still time here, but they'd have to set up the perfect relay in order to take this victory. This is surely going to be Aware's. Great play from Tommy and Wuskin, though. They have shut down 3. As we say, they're not giving up on this just yet.
Even at 14-7, though, it's going to be hard for them to actually do anything. Overdrive is going to be popped. That's a unconventional route, and he's going to get away with it. Okay, so the minute remaining, he needed that kill, really, Wuskin, unfortunately. 16-25 from him as the pressure getting to him. I have to say yes, unfortunately.
Are we going to see a mammoth comeback here? You can see Fnatic just giving it everything they've got, taking risks. Sunny B has collected it.
He needs some blockers here. He needs people pushing through. I think the one isn't going to be enough, and none of his team are quite there to help him out yet.
They have to go for those double points with 30 seconds left on the clock and 7 points between them.
Look what Denza's doing with 25 seconds remaining. That's going to be game. Yeah. Aware are going to win this one. And they're going to get 2-1 up in this series. Not what anyone expected. Aware looked as if they were going to probably just roll over to Fnatic. Fnatic have played relatively decently this week so far. And Aware have not really been set as any sort of contenders. And people are saying, Fnatic, you know, top 6 team in Europe. And Aware have got something to say about that. They're going to go 2-1 up in this series.
Wow.
And Fnatic are going to have to win this next map to stay in it.
Massive plays by Aware there, doubling the points of Fnatic and just seemed in control that whole game. Fnatic were slow to start and slow throughout. Aware just seemed to completely control it. And as we said, Aware are a great uplink team. We've seen this time and time again throughout this invitational here at CWL London. And they are going to be extremely happy with that now. They're in a great position after winning the first hardpoint game. They are going into another hardpoint. They're only 1 map away from taking the series and do have a 1-map safety cushion.
Yeah, for me, we'll look at the scoreboard in just a second, but I mean, realistically, you have to look over to that. Unfortunately, the abnormality there is Wuskin dropping under 20 kills, and he'd be disappointed with himself again, but he did get the carries in there for his team, so was playing the objective role. I know kills isn't everything, but for me, when you lose like that, the rest of your team doing fairly well in the whole kill-to-death ratio, and you need to be stepping up your game here, especially if you lose this next map, you are out of the tournament, and that will be a disaster for Fnatic.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, it's going to be tough for either one of these teams. They've both played exceptionally well. I think that Aware have been given a bit of a tough time in terms of the predictions. No one's really given them much credit, but they have been doing fantastic throughout. They managed to shut down Fab in the groups. They managed to, of course, they managed to advance to this stage, of course, and now looking to shut down Fnatic.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how 3G are going to go and do tomorrow. You know, it's been interesting how they have pushed on, and 3G have nearly secured themselves a spot at Atlanta at this point, but Aware winning this could affect them as well. So I was speaking to both the guys. When I was speaking to Tommy to find out about the whole Pro Points situation and where things lie at the moment and where things will lie if Fnatic win this game, I was speaking with, I think it might have been Zerg from 3G. And he said, if Fnatic win this, then both those teams should be going to Atlanta. And that is a massive, massive factor in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, even if both these teams were to go no further after this win, that's huge for the rest of their season. You know, staying in that top 6 is what everyone wants to do.
Well, I mean, this is it. We've talked about how important the Pro Points are at the CWL London Invitational, and it's going to prove just that. You'll see what the final standings look like at the end of this tournament. You can see the maps at the moment between Aware and Fnatic. Currently 2-1 towards Aware. Games have been, for the most part, fairly decisive, with the exception of Hardpoint that was incredibly close. And that really was back and to stuff until the final Hardpoint area where Aware just strode ahead. Question is, are we going to be seeing a similar story here on Scorched Ton?
I mean, I don't think so. Looking towards it, I think, well, saying that, you know, Fnatic, when they played against Infused yesterday, they looked pretty good on this map until PT got 15 kills without dying, which really did turn things around. So, I mean, we know that they can perform on this map, Are they going to be able to do it here against Aware when they are facing down the barrel?
Well, we will have to find out, because this is Fnatic's last chance to stay in the tournament. Aware are just one round away from advancing in the lower bracket and still having their hand at competing for that grand prize, a share of $25,000 and 5,000 pro points per player, which would really, really set them up going into the rest of this season.
Yep, and as we do count down into Scorch Hardpoint, let's have a look at the rig draft. Pretty standard all around, can't say anything crazy, and that's been the case so far this weekend. As we get into this one, I'm gonna go with Wuskin, man. He needs to perform this game.
All right, well, this is his chance to turn it around and go big for Fnatic, as straight away all the players throw themselves to that central area. It is going to be Fnatic coming out on top as 4 go down for Aware.
3 for Tommy in that first engagement. You expect nothing less from him. Setting himself up for the spawn here. He's going to be able to pick up one. He's got a couple more players heading towards him. Is he going to be getting any more? Not quite. Sunny B is inside that hard point with an E-Rad. Going to let them come to him. Does have his teammate Scrapsy helping him out. Benji takes him down. Sunny B is there to trade. Is he going to be able to get the second one? Not hitting a bullet in that situation with the E-Rad. If he gets a couple of bullets in there, he should be able to make the kill. Tommy does clean up for him though. He already has the scar.
Yeah, well, it's Tommy doing the slaying work here. As you say, Tom, that being reflected with the score streak in hand. Finally does go down. 5 and 2, though, not too shabby to open things up. Aware have only managed to secure 5 points.
Yeah, Fnatic have been spawned way out as well, though. So that'll work out all right for Aware. Denza's currently in this hard point. But if you look towards Benji and Cut, they're holding down this right-hand side. They are set up on this next hard point. Let's see if they can hold it, Ral.
Okay, well, they've got a nice, good lockdown on it, but here comes the slow push from that wall. You could just see him creeping around the corner. Massive from Benji.
He's done so well, Gefkid, and Johansson's sitting inside. Yeah, now Tommy's not going to be able to do anything here either. Wuskin going to push through in a wet. Keep them off on the first push, but here we go again. Fnatic going to try and push through once more. This is actually only 3 members of Aware in and around there. Gefkid is going to push back through now. Tommy trying to push through himself. Does have Scraps to help him as well. They're going to get a hold of that, but Aware are here to contest that as well.
Very, very close stuff here. As we're seeing, every kill just seems so clutch at the moment. This is real desperate stuff from both of these teams, but it is going to be Fnatic that finally come out on top. Aware do have the slight lead, but Fnatic should catch up with these scrap points as we go to the rotation.
This is massive. If Tommy doesn't see Gefkid here, there's a couple of members of Aware inside. He's not going to quite get the second kill either. Sunny B picking up those scrap points towards the back. He needs to now be getting over there to help his team try and get a hold of this next hard point.
Yes, he certainly does, because Aware once again take the lead and hold on to it. We have 2 Aware members in that hardpoint location. Sunny B is going for the break, finds one of them, sees the second. He is not gonna make that kill somehow.
They've got a hold of the hardpoint here though, Rel, on board with Tommy. If only momentarily, he's gonna get the second kill as well. Wuskin managing to help him out too. And let's see if they can hold this down. They could get a lot of points here, but there's 3 members of Aware pushing from behind.
Well, no surprises that this is back and 2 stuff between the players here. And it is Fnatic that just about hold on to this lead, still in control here, managing to just about outslay on this hangar hardpoint.
On board with Tommy, Rewind's going to come in, he's going to keep a hold of this, and he should be able to pick up this for another 15 seconds or so. That should be an easy kill, and Tommy's on a 7-kill streak. He's 16 and 5, I missed that, Rel. 41 seconds on the hard point as well, and he's 25 off that bombardment. That could be very influential for him and his team, who are already at drill.
Oh yeah, he's just outright refusing to lose this game. He's bringing the fire, giving it everything he's got, and Tommy now just biding his time with score streaks in hand. 25 points off bombardment, which could be huge on hardpoint. On board now with Tommy. Shot's going to be fired in as well, holding down drill, and they've done very well to hold this down. Bombardment is in his hands, and he gets taken down by Wuskin at the same time, but they're getting a lot of points on this drill hardpoint, and they're going to continue to do so. They're going to push in, but here come Aware, Gefkid, and Johansson going to try and do something. Gefkid gets taken down. Johansson answers back, says, okay, it's my turn to try and do something here, but we're on board with Gefkid. He's going to get 2. Going to be able to possibly get this third. He's not going to need to. His teammates there to clean up. They're going to catch up just slightly. Very nice indeed from Aware. Despite dropping quite far down in terms of the score, they have managed to fight their way back in. A good break, and they're going to clean up all that scrap. They've just got to be careful of Tommy, though. Tommy 19 and 8 at the moment with score streaks in hand. We can see bombardment come in. It does strike Trinity missile come in. It does take down 2 of Aware. and opens things up once more. Let's see what is going to happen here as we continue to scroll through the players. It's going to be Denza on the screen now. And I'm going to take the wheel here on this one, Tony. I want to see what's going on with Sunny B.
Yeah, let's see what Sunny B can do from this position when we do switch over to him.
He does go down. Caster's Curse Ton. Tommy and Wuskin in this hardpoint area, though, holding fast and doing a great job of it. This is a very, very different Fnatic now, looking so strong.
Well, on board with Tommy. Scraps picks up 3 in that hardpoint, so this could really be going to game number 5 here, Aware only with nearly 70 points on the board. Looking towards the scoreboard, Tommy 24-9, and we still got a substantial amount of play to put in here yet. Here comes the bombardment as well. Tommy's going to just keep getting more and more kills. Yeah. Scraps is going to push through, help out his teammate. It's currently contested, should be able to pick up some kills, but it is actually going to be Aware who pick up those kills. They're around 90 points behind, and they need every single point that they can get. But let's listen to Fnatic to see if they can close this one out.
Dumb. Fucking shit, man. Every guy,
man. Fuck off.
I'll tell you when I've got your bottom.
Your hands are weak, let's go.
Let's do that, let's go there.
Challenge him. Keep going.
Nice,
Nice,
that's
I
one.
spawned out.
I'm going let's go. Absolutely deep. Someone's a bullet on the egg glitch. He's on the head, he's on the head.
Nice, and again.
Fucking go, please.
Whoever's behind you.
Yeah, I'm holding back left.
Nice, Sonny.
Holding back left.
Carefully, you're
Again,
inside.
Sonny, two.
Coming.
Oh, they're both weak, they're both weak.
Rotate. Holding back left.
You gotta make that.
Next. One's gonna be next, we have to play this.
Yeah, you wait for us, then whoever's at the back, wait.
Down my bottom.
Put him on
Back
hold.
now. In the back, good trade.
Yeah,
I
nice,
should
good
spawn
shit.
here.
I'm in your corridor. I'm coming in your corridor.
Should spawn here.
Yeah, I'm back now, guess.
Spawn out, I spawn last.
Corridor,
Absolute back, absolute back.
Watson Hill.
Absolute. Play my life as long as I can.
Stay there, Sonny. We're spawning
Corridor.
corridor.
I'm just gonna grab your orange, he's up.
Yeah, go, yes, Warren. Me and Matt.
Right, hop in, I've got you hopping.
Alright.
What's your mid, Sonny?
Yeah.
Got jump
He came up right, two in there.
Been pinched.
Yes, kid, weak.
Three on that.
I've got pinch behind.
That's fine.
Yeah, take
Go
our time.
way out.
Get this together, let's go together. Spawn
Come
pizza.
on.
Let's go. Spawn pizza.
I'm gonna go middle,
Two in
Two in mid, he's two in mid.
Break it from mid.
Kills, I'm going Warren now, you ready?
Weak. Both weak. They're cave.
One more.
Where is it?
Challenge him.
He ran all the way up.
One's bottom.
Two on that.
He knows that. He scared me.
Scarby's on streaks, he's get. Naded, one's a little top.
Flanking cave again, dead.
I'm gonna go bottom.
Let's go.
Big time. In the little ditch, he's in the ditch.
One shot.
In the ditch.
Alright, just play new.
Go next. Rotate. I'll spawn it. I'll rotate in.
Challenge me. Gap's coming mid.
Matt, you're close to
Turn
camera.
around.
I'll try. I've got your cave side.
Mid dead.
I've got
Well, that's not a bad rotation by Aware. They're going to hold down the majority of Hangar as we move towards Driller. The first one's there as well, but Fnatic are coming over. But Aware have definitely caught up. The deficit is not as bad as it was.
Yeah, I'm going to address the elephant in the room here, Tony, and just say currently Tommy is 32 and 16. Wuskin's just had a nice flurry of kills, but he was 3 times the kills behind Tommy. And it does seem to be the same old stories. I really don't want to give him a hard time because I know this is a lot to ask of someone with maybe a different amount of experience, but it's been a struggle.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a struggle, but his team are winning at the moment. It's all right when they're winning. You know, at this moment in time, Tommy and his team, Fnatic, are in the lead, so we can allow Wuskins to go negative at this point because his team are doing very well, and they are in control of that hard point. Only one guy left alive to push on, and that was Benji. He goes down once again to Tommy's gun as we move back to this central hard point once again. First guys there are Fnatic.
Yes, they are, and Fnatic looking set to actually take this hard point. It is looking like we are going to go to a map 5, which is going to be very, very tense. Let's just see if this does pan out the way we expect it to. Benji is trying to establish some control here. Great plays from him. Nice flurry of kills, but finally does go down. And we'll switch over to Denza now, Ton.
Yeah, let's see what he's going to do. He's really been the main performer for me out of Aware, and he's going to have to perform well in this next minute or two here, so on board with him. Does have that active camo available. Johansson push around behind it as well. Tommy does take him down. Tommy 36 kills to 20 at this moment in time. Having a fantastic game. But then though, Aware, could they get a hold at this point here? Benji does take down 2. Gefkid answering back, taking down 1 as well. So they're going to get some points on this middle one. They should be able to pick up the final scrap, and Fnatic are spawning out. Let's go on board with Tommy, actually, if you can, because he's going to be there. He's going to be in position to push through, and how's that guy not spinning around? It was actually in the mid-map, so he's going to free up his team to push down this left-hand side, and it's actually Gefkid inside the point, all alone. His Aware teammates on the way now. Johansson gets the kills with a grenade. On board with Wuskin, going to have help from his teammates as well. Johansson's going to take him down as well. Johansson's going to take down Sunny B also.
Wow.
So this could be Aware screaming back into this one.
It could be. Tommy close to the 40 bomb as well, doing a sterling performance for Fnatic. 40 bomb seems to be a bit of a rarity sometimes.
Let's switch on board with one of the members. It looks like Scraps actually using his payload here. It was the active camo, and he's not going to get anything with it. I think Fnatic are just panicking a little bit here, Rel.
And Aware finding the way back into this game.
Sunny B picks up
done.
2.
This is not done yet by any stretch of the imagination. Here we go with
The kills are
Gefkid.
coming in, though. Gefkid is spawned all the way out. Johansson's got defensive work to do. Fnatic are going to capture that, and they've got enough time to try and hold this down. Let's go on board with a member of Fnatic.
They have. Here we go with Tommy. Is he going to drop that 40 bomb in time? It looks like they are going to run away with this. The contest does come in.
Oh, the active camo's been popped, and they're going to manage to kill him as well. Sunny B does take him down. Only 4 seconds remaining. The kills are going to come in from Aware. They want to try and rotate. They have done, and they made it there first. They're not far behind here, Rel. And if they can hold down Hangar for long enough, they can win this game.
Yeah, they have no choice but to stay on this hard point for the entirety of this game. They cannot slip up, and they're most likely all going to have to flood in as they are all dropping to the floor. Big plays from Fnatic, finding the way back into this hard point area, and they are managing to take this hard point away and bring this to a map 5. We are going to be seeing the 3rd day of Gfinity Cwl London Invitational close out on a map 5 between Fnatic and Aware. And this is a very, very important search and destroy, Tony.
Yeah.
As this is effectively deciding not only who advances in the bracket, but who is eliminated from this contest.
It's also decided the pro points is for me one of the biggest things as well. This could lead on to one of these teams going to Atlanta to acquire more pro points, to acquire their position in that LAN league.
And you can just see there, Tommy, 39 and 23. Didn't quite hit the 40. But look at that, 13 defense. Incredible stuff. Scraps not too far behind with 10. Big shout out to the boys on Aware as well. Johansson again putting up a great performance with 10 defense. Really getting into the thick of it and contributing as best he could. Search and destroy. The previous search and destroy ton ended 6 and 3. And it was going towards Fnatic on that one. Whether we'll see a repeat of that, well, only time will tell. As we get all this set back up, we can see the Aware boys there nervously awaiting the final game in this series for their opportunity to achieve something quite great and take down the titans of esports in Fnatic.
Yeah, Fnatic, a massive organization, and what could be a good team. I think they're showing signs here and there that they could go on to do well. Of course, with Tommy, that in-game leader, such a talented player as well. They could go as far as they want here.
Yeah, so we are going to get back into this game. And you can see Tommy, again, just giving the instructions here. Let's have a look.
Number 4. Your second last day casting, supposedly.
No, officially.
Not officially. You're not kidding anyone. No, right, I don't. Is there actually one person who's believed you?
Yeah, man, this is a legitimate thing.
Who's believed you? Tell me.
It doesn't matter.
No, tell me.
I believe me. That's all that matters.
No, it doesn't. Who believes you?
No one believes me. But it's true.
Looking at that Fnatic team, though, I think they'll be a little bit dejected. I think in a way. I know obviously they won that hard point, but everyone's sort of putting the pressure on here. You know, Fnatic organization expecting big things from these guys. Eventually, I would admit, but I think everyone would have expected them to make this look a little bit easier than they have been making it look.
Well, they have said themselves by their own confession they're not the finished product just yet.
Nope.
Which does indicate that they want to still grind and work this out as a team together. But a very poor performance here could really disrupt and affect that. I think they do have some form of expectations here, as much as they know they're not finished just yet.
Oh, absolutely.
And they do not want to bow out at this stage. But the exact same could be said for Aware. Underdogs coming into this, but proving their worth on a big stage at a very, very important event as well.
Yeah, it's a massive event to play out the rest of the season for Europe. You know, I think it just, with the whole pro point influence, it is a massive map for both two teams. Crusher, Search and Destroy is going to be the final one. And now that I know it's that map, I think Fnatic are going to win this series.
Okay, so pretty decided on that.
The sniping from Tommy, he's so good at it, and this map can have it heavily influenced towards that big bomb side, and Courage looks excited. Are you excited?
Yeah,
We know you're excited. You're always excited. You're like a little puppy.
The map fly through here. You can see Site B tends to be the more popular bomb site to push. And
I'm standing up for this, Rel.
I'm going to sit down.
Oh.
I had a really big meal before, and it's taking its toll on me. We're going to see what's going to happen, though, as we do conclude this evening in a map 5 between Fnatic and Aware. And this, for me, really is anybody's game. You know, if you asked me at the start of this series, like many other people, we're expecting it to be a swift 3-0 by Fnatic. But that just was not the case at all, and Aware have as much chance as taking this now as the Fnatic team do.
Fnatic start with an aggressive push down A side. Johansson is going to be sniping, and that's going to be null and void pretty much straight away. He's going to be able to scout out, and he's going to notice that nobody's pushing from there. Who's this?
Well, he gives the salute as Gefkid is prepared, and he does find the kill right after first blood drawn by Gefkid.
Well. There's a couple of guys coming around behind him. He's staying alive as long as possible. Tommy is going to take down one, but that's really going to put something into the mind of Aware. They know there's people behind them. They've got to be very careful, but they are in a 3 versus 2 situation against Tommy and Wusk.
Certainly seems that way as 2 are down for Fnatic. Bomb plan is going to be made now, and Gefkid is going to get that bomb down. Things looking really good for Aware as we open up on this match.
On board with Wuskin. Try and play this one out. All of Aware sticking together, of course. I think I'm thinking about a bomb defuse. They are sticking together. Benji's going to get the kill on Tommy. And surely it's a formality this round. Now Wuskin's got a lot of work to do. Playing this one patiently. Not going to be able to get that second kill. And the round's going to go towards Aware on the attack.
It is, and that's really, really big for Aware to start off in this fashion. As we said, the previous Search and Destroy on Throwback ended 6-3 towards Fnatic. Based off that, you could say that they are the favoured side going into this second Search and Destroy. But Aware once again wanting to prove their doubters wrong and make an impression at the Cwl London Invitational.
Well, let's go on with the attack teams. Tommy going to snipe? Not quite. I would say they are thinking about an A push. Sonny B with the E-Rad. You don't want to be in a better position than that with that gun. Wuskin's going to make it easy for him and take him down himself, though. And as we can see now, Benji and Coat are going to have to retake that A bomb site of Fnatic. The attack, very, very strong for both teams here. Oh, the kill's going to come in from Gefkid. That's a good one. The Scraps backs off. Can't be traded. Benji gets the kill onto Sonny B. Wuskin trades back, so 2 versus 2.
And this is going to be a cheeky little defuse by Benji. Fnatic are not wise to it, and he's not going to make it.
It's so close, and Tommy's just about going to get that kill.
Wow.
And that is such a huge kill from Tommy.
And Tommy goes.
It was not far off.
Wow.
They surely knew that he was probably going to be going for it. They knew they weren't inside the bomb site, so Aware think, go for it, man. And it does detract away. They can't trade it as effectively, and in that case, though, time was running down. They went to check it. Tommy just about makes that kill in time.
Yeah, great plays there from for Fnatic, and as we say, it's clutch plays like that that can win the game. We saw Sonny B do it time and time again on some of the Search and Destroy games earlier on in this tournament. Seems to be Tommy's turn to pull out all the stops. Wuskin, though, great to see him 4-1 and having a bit of a stronger game here, because, you know, we know what it's like. That he is going to get a bit of flack if he doesn't put up some strong performances.
Of course, yeah. I mean, he's the new guy in the team, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on him to say, right, can he perform in this Fnatic squad? The bomb does go down, 4 versus 4. And we're with Benji pre-aiming this mid-corridor. The slide's going to come in. Tommy's going to obviously win that gunfight. Gefkid's going to have to come over, help his team out. Makes one. He's got the rewind available as well. All the kills going to come in. Sonny B suddenly left alive on his own. Johansson's going to challenge him as well and win the round. And that's a really, really big play out of Gefkid.
Really nervy stuff here as Aware take the second round. And my goodness, that was absolute carnage around that bomb site. Again, B site being favoured. Does tend to be the easier one to push, but so predictable that you're going to find the most players there.
What are you doing?
My tummy is rumbling, Tommy. It's not having a good time.
You're a character. I'll miss you if your retirement claims are true. We can see a very, very fast push here, though. I'm going to go on board with Tommy because, I mean, who else can I go on board with? Jansen's going to get that pick on the Scraps, though. And Aware are well set up around this area. Tommy gets a grenade out at just the wrong time there. He's going to push through, but he has to be very, very careful.
Oh, and he spots them.
Oh, that's okay. Gets the bullet in, backs off. Surely he's going to be challenged in just a second.
I did see one.
Fnatic, yeah, they're choosing to get out of there, and I agree with that play.
They're going to rotate, but Aware are going to clock onto this very, very soon.
Would you say they're going to be aware of it?
I see what you did there, Tony. Very, very good.
Oh, yes.
Top quality casting here. From
Oh,
Victor.
yeah. It's top draw.
And here we go as we go towards the A-bomb site now. And Aware, as we say, now have clocked it. They are actually going around for the sweep, though, rather than going from their own spawn.
That's worked out nicely for Fnatic. They weren't in any sort of control around that bomb site. Wusket backing off from mid. Genji.
Things even up now, 3 versus 3. Oh, this is going to
That
be...
would have been important.
This is going to be a
needs to get
very
away.
big round here.
Yeah, they
Bomb
are
is
inside the bomb site as well. Denza, Gef Kid,
Oh,
Benji.
surely.
Gef Kid's going to get that kill on the Sunny B. Last guy alive is going to be Wuskin.
He's
Makes
found
one.
He's got to get there quick.
He's used his overdrive really, really well there. He's going to back off as well. Is this going to be enough time? 16 seconds remaining. Is he going to get challenged? Yes, he is, and that's so unfortunate. I understood the overdrive gameplay. It was well played, but it's now going to be 3-1 to Aware.
Wow, and I thought he was going to clutch up there. Wuskin could have had a huge, huge round for Fnatic. Very unfortunate. I think it would have been a 1 versus 3 as well, certainly a 1 versus 2. And again, you can see Tommy just getting frustrated. And you can see it's just starting to rattle the team a little bit. They need to get their heads back in this game and settle things down, as they are trailing now by 2 rounds.
Tommy's not far off his rewind, but Gef Kid has his. Otherwise, Sunny B, not too far off his reactive armor also. Gef Kid just patrolling him up. Johansson going to get that first blood on Tommy, and that's the second time Johansson's getting first blood in a row.
Yeah.
And it's causing problems. Fnatic got aggressive towards B side, and Aware's it. Screw you guys. We ain't going there.
Yeah, a complete switch up once more.
The old switcheroo.
Sometimes wonder if kind of a delayed push would benefit them, so just to ease off it and kind of play mind games with the other team, because of course what Fnatic are going to do, a sweep around to the other bomb as well, completely exposed.
Thing is, Sunny B is checking that now, and now Fnatic are going to be away.
Yeah, and this is looking very, very good now for Aware as the bomb does go down. Fnatic completely split up either sides of this map.
This is not where you want an E-Rad.
They're going to have to pinch together. They don't want to be strolling in one at a time.
Oh, Sunny B might be able to get around behind that. They're going to call him out, though. But did he bait it just in
They
time?
must have spotted him. They must.
Oh, he's not going to check his left-hand side. Is he going to be able to get that kill? That would have been massive. Wuskin, in that situation, they need to be pushing through. Scraps makes one. Wuskin makes the second. The brothers combining together. The grenades are going to come in, though. The flechette's going to be too much. Scraps isn't going to be able to pick up that first one. Oh, the second. 4-1 is the score to Aware.
This is big for Aware now, only 2 rounds away. They're looking very strong in this search and destroying, complete contrast to what we saw on Throwback. Fnatic are just crumbling right before your eyes. And the boys on Aware, heavy underdogs going into the bracket, are really making a mark here, Ton.
Heavy underdogs going into this game. Aware are 2 rounds away. And Tommy has decided to pull out the sniper at this point.
Oh, they need to do something special. You know, he's great with a sniper. Oh, and he's going to spot one with a thermal.
Looking on the minimap as well, Aware are in a position to do something about this yet.
Without making a killer with that sniper now. This is a really bad situation as 2 go down for Fnatic. It's just Tommy and Wuskin.
They've got the bomb as well. This is going to be now an impossible round as Denza
Tommy
takes down Tommy. 4-1, about to be 5. Wuskin makes 1 kill. He's going to have to make 3 more.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something very, very special here. He's found 1. Oh, I cannot find the next. I thought for a second there, Ton, I thought he was actually going to find 3. It would have been a 1v1. Wuskin could have gone massive for his team. And my goodness, Aware on the edge of glory as they could advance in the lower bracket and continue in this tournament and knock out Fnatic Titans of esports here. It could all come down to this round. Fnatic have to win 5 rounds on the bounce. It's the only way they can stay in this.
Just looking who's got what. Tommy not far off his payload. Wuskin not far off his. Sunny B not too far off his either. This is a massive round for them. Obviously, stay in the game and possibly put them in a position where they can come back into this. And Fnatic went for an A push. The bomb, though, is in Denza's hands, and he's going to get that down. Fnatic, surely the grenades are going to come in, but Aware are set up fairly nicely here. They need to try and get a kill as soon as they can. Sunny B gets that entry one. Gef Kid going to get a kill with the Scarab.
Yeah, and kills are exchanged here. Nervy stuff. Time is ticking away, though. Fnatic need to act fast.
Oh,
Rewind comes in. It's going to pay off for Gef Kid. Is he going to find the other scraps? Hands is right back. 2 versus 2.
Gef Kid did go down. Johansson is going to be able to do something. Yes, he is going to take down Wuskin. He's trying to place the Centurion down. The kill is going to come in, and Aware are going to win it 6-1. 3-2, last map here of the day. And Fnatic go crashing out in 7th to 8th, and nobody would have expected that from Aware. Massive players by them, and that's a huge upset.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be very, very disappointing for Fnatic to bow out at this point. But we've got to congratulate Aware. They played absolutely amazing throughout that. And what a close game. Really could have gone either way. But Aware played brilliantly. They will advance. Ton, I've had a great time casting that. I want to hear what the analysts thought. Over to you, Bryce.
Thank you very much. Well, what an upset that is. Fnatic go crashing out of this tournament. Aware go through. That was not what we thought.
No, I think we all thought that Fnatic was just going to roll over Aware, and Aware obviously shows up big, gets a crazy win. I didn't understand the use of the Centurion or the attempted use of the Centurion there in the last round, but
if it's dumb and it worked,
they won.
Not dumb.
No, they won. I don't even think he put it down. Took it out. He just ran around with it. But
trying to cause a distraction. But I think the big thing to point out there from the last group game through the championship bracket, I believe Fnatic go on something like a 2-9 map count between the match of Infused to this point. Rough ending for them, as we always have talked about this weekend. A lot to improve upon. I don't want to see the team break up anytime soon. The potential is most certainly there.
Yeah, again, we spoke about learning experiences. That was probably more of a learning experience than they wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was impressive. Got to give it to Aware, though.
yeah,
They took them on. We didn't have faith in them. We didn't think they would win this. They came through and dominating fashion in the end.
and usually with players that newer to live events and whatnot, it takes like an event or two under your belt to beat like a top flight team or players who have been experienced for a while. So this is a big win for a young Aware team that they look like they have a lot of promise. I don't know how much further they go throughout the tournament, but I think this is a big win for them. Could definitely lead to more success further down the road.
If you told me Aware we're going to be playing on Championship Sunday on day one, I would have never believed you. This would have been the last team. If you told me they would have beaten out Fnatic to get there, I probably would have slapped you in the face. Now they do it. They clutch up in a game 5, and this is what you talked about too, is this team's strength is in search of destroy for Aware, and they win, what, both in the series? So they look quite solid.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, can they do it again? Can they take on someone further? We've seen 3G upset teams already. Are Aware, have we severely misjudged these teams? Is there something, just coming into this that we didn't expect to see, so we were a bit blind to it?
I think if people keep underestimating, 3G and Aware and 3G are still going to keep moving on to this tournament. I feel like that has to play a little bit into it as well. Fnatic kind of goes into that bottom side of the loser bracket. They draw Aware. They probably feel pretty good about themselves. They didn't get Splice, whatnot. Now, Aware comes in and steals the series.
They certainly do. And speaking of Aware, we're going to throw it down to the floor now with an interview with Benji.
Thank you very much, Bryce. So, Benji, awesome win to the end of the day. So you took the first hard point. We were quite surprised, actually. Did you match up well to Fnatic?
Yeah, we definitely did. Regeneration Hardpoint is our favorite map, and we knew we had a chance, and we took it.
So you've actually been looking quite shaky in Uplink throughout the tournament so far, but you dominated it today. What did you guys switch up in order to do that?
Actually, we just got really hyped. I think that's what we did wrong in the other series. We just let our momentum go off, and now we were just fully hyped. We took the map.
So you won the first hard point, but you did lose the second one. What was the feeling in the booth like?
We were a bit annoyed because we knew it was just because Tommy went off. Props to him. He just had a game-changing moment. But we knew we could take the S&D crushes, and he's a good map of us, and we took it in the end.
Well, you came in really strong today, and you were actually the underdogs. What does it feel like progressing in the tournament, but most of all beating a team like Fnatic?
Honestly, it feels great. We knew we had to prove something on LAN because we did it online, and now to back it up on LAN, it's a great feeling. It's amazing.
Well, congratulations, and I hope you have a good rest tonight.
Thank you.
Back over to you, Bryce.
Well, there you go. People have been claiming they're all talk, but they back it up. Aware will continue through the loser bracket. Still a lot more games to go, and we're all wondering now, is the dream still alive? How far are Aware going to make it in this tournament? Are they the underdog to keep an eye on? But it's time to take a little look at how the bracket is and where we are going from here. All right, so we've had our first games of the day. Splice, they got taken down early. Infused took down Epsilon. We had 3G, they took out Aware Gaming, and Elevate took down Fnatic. Going into the losers, Splice took down Epsilon, knocking them out of the tournament, and Aware Gaming just did the same to Fnatic. Therefore, tomorrow's games, Orbit versus Infused, Team 3G versus Elevate, and then we will populate the rest of the bracket as we go. Only 6 teams now are left in this. It's going to be Championship Sunday tomorrow. Guys, what are your impressions?
My number one impression, there's still a lot of Call of Duty that needs to be played.
Yep.
Some major teams still obviously up in that winner's bracket, and you saw there in the loser's bracket, Splice with the highlighted yellow for the match they won. I have a feeling we're going to see that a few more times tomorrow, as they really are the group trying to go for that loser's bracket. And for me, I have Aware right now as the dark horse in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, just taking a look at the bracket, I know Aware would play the loser of Orbit and Fused. I think that would be a very tough game for them, and obviously don't want to play either of those teams. And then you look, I think 3G versus Elevate. I mean, I think that is one that we've kind of, we've been high on Elevate. They've been really good, number 2 seed coming into the tournament. I don't know if that's going to be as easy win as they probably think. I think 3G can definitely hang with them.
And what's ironic enough is if 3G wind up losing that one, they drop it in losers bracket, they've then got to face Splice to stay alive in their tournament hopes, which would mean if they want to move on, they would have already beaten Orbit this weekend, and then would have to beat Splice, who many regard as the top 2 teams coming this weekend's tournament.
Hey, if you can do that, we start talking about them in a whole new light.
Yep.
We start putting them up there with the elite teams. We kind of readjust our entire perspective on the European scene, but that's a long way off. And a Championship Sunday off, but we are going to end this now because we're going to get ready for Championship Sunday. 6 teams remain. We'll be live at 9:45. See you then.